decide, pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time, we already on the way. Better get themselves in line, thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans packing up. Now all the kids got a new hero.
I'm Todd Grisham, and all the seats have been sold. We're live at the Empire Fight Camp. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got this?
Jai Opetaia. From New South Wales, Australia, the IBF title holder in the Cruiserweight division, one of the most feared southpaws in the world today. Lawrence the Sauce Okolie. This man won the WBO Cruiserweight title and hasn't ruled out a move to the heavyweight division.
If this fighter knows how to use that reach, this is going to be a shot night.
This bout is...
Lots of hype as they will fight in... And we're underway in round one. He just can't score with these punches. That hook is parried away. He takes that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. There's nothing quite like a fight night at night under the stars.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How have they prepared for this, these fighters? This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. That counter punch caught him clean. Looking to land the hook. Well done with that counter shot. That counter shot lands. His stamina is off the charts. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
And there's the bell for round two. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Lucky that hook didn't score. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Missing with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A perfect counter lands. His stamina is off the charts. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they...
The bell rings and we start the third. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. When you're fighting a counter puncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're gonna punch, make the counter puncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Well done with that counter shot. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. That counter punch caught him clean. And he scores with the counter. Nice counter shot. Good counter punch. A perfect counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
And there's the bell to start round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Incredible work rate. Blocks that left hook. Good counter punch. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. The perfect counter lands. Nope, that hook won't score. How about that time counter shot? He threw the hook, didn't land. And we may see a stoppage here. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
Get your mind back.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Swing and a miss with the right hook. He threw a punch and just got countered. And he scores with the counter. These two fighters are made for one another. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice defense on that jab. Lawrence Okolie caught with a thunderous shot. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope that...
There's the bell to start round 6. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Holding nothing back here in the round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He blocks that jab. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The perfect counter lands. That hook just can't find the target. The perfect counter lands. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Missing with the hook. Nice counter punch right up the middle. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have. Here comes round 7. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
This is when you talk about championship material.
There's the bell to start round 8. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Is he going to punch himself out, though? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
It's a very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
The straight right just misses. Nope, that hook won't score. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
Don't give him no free shot.
And there's the bell for round 9. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Missed with that right uppercut. Okolie may go down here. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
A very competitive round here so far.
perfectly matched, skillful.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. This is what Okolie did not want to do. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Okolie may go down here. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Come on, switch on. Switch on.
And there's the bell for round 10. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Lawrence Okolie caught with a thunderous shot. A much better game plan here. Hold it right there. This is what Okolie did not want to do. How are they still standing?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
That right hook not connecting. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Okolie may go down here. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear. The jab's working nice.
Come on, do you want to win this fight?
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Lawrence Okolie caught with a thunderous shot. And the sauce can't take anymore. Down he goes. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Where did that come from? What a shot.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. This is what Okolie did not want to do. We almost saw Okolie wobbled and down. Let's see that again.
I've got to see that again.
Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. Well, if this trainer has a pep talk, now's the time to use it, as they were dropped twice in the last round.
They believe their fighter.
On to the 12th. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Stumbling around on Bambi legs. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. A chance to make history. They somehow weathered the storm.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Lawrence Okolie caught with a thunderous shot. Heavy shot, and down goes Okolie. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped this fight, considering the swelling and the bruising.
Are you okay?
So apparently the referee deems it's not that serious, and this fight moves on. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. This may do it! It's a... No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skill.